Profile of His Grace Archbishop Gregory Ebo Kpiebaya, Archbishop Emeritus of Tamale. His Grace Most Reverend Gregory Ebo Kpiebaya was born in 1933 in Namvili, Kalio Parish, Upper West Region. He was the seventh of 9 siblings. His father, Kpiebaya, and his mother, Sonizoye Namuma, were successful farmers with deep religious faith and spare no efforts to bring up their children to the highest possible stature of godliness. Archbishop Gregory began his formal education in 1942 at the St. Paul's Primary School, Nandom. For his brilliance, he was promoted to the senior school in 1947 at Navrongo. His contact with the White Fathers inflamed him with a desire for the Catholic priesthood. In 1951, he began his minor seminary formation at Wiega. It was also at Wiega that he started his major seminary formation in 1953 and continued in Tamale the following year, when the major seminary was moved to its present premises at Marishegu. He was ordained by the servant of God, Peter Cardinal Poriko Derry, the then and first Bishop of Wa, on 8 September 1962. He was the second priest to be ordained by Cardinal Derry. Archbishop Gregory was a hard-working student of positive curiosity and took keen interest in the study of traditional religion and the Dagaba culture, a fact which reflected in his pastoral emphasis of making Christianity take root and flesh among the Dagaba. He was an avid reader with a sharp taste for music. Though poor health could not permit him to be the sportsman that he wanted to be, he took active part in tennis. His first appointment after his ordination was to the Immaculate Heart of Mary Parish, Dafiama, as curate. He left in July 1963 for further studies in pastoral catechesis at the Lumen Vitae International Institute in Belgium for a year and continued at l'Institut Catholique de Paris, France, up to 1965. He returned home the same year and was appointed as curate of the Nativity of Our Lady Parish, Go. In January 1966, he became a visiting lecturer in pastoral theology at the St. Victor's Seminary, Tamale. From May 1966 to June 1970, he worked as the director of Catechism School at Kaleo, as well as the chairman of the Diocesan Liturgical Commission. Besides his official appointments, he also applied himself vigorously to other fields of pastoral interest, such as translation of biblical and liturgical texts. His interest in translation earned him the appointment as the diocesan translator, in which capacity he translated the Gospel of Matthew, Luke, and John, the canon of the Mass, and liturgical prayers. He also edited some Dagari liturgical songs. In 1971, the Board of Governors of St. Victor's Major Seminary considered appointing an African priest as rector of St. Victor's Major Seminary, and Father Gregory Kpiebaya came into the spotlight, and he was sent for further studies in Belgium for the second time, from September 1971 to June 1974. He obtained the licentiate degree in sacred theology with a dissertation entitled God in Dagaba Religion and in the Christian Faith. This thesis was profusely used by later writers on the Dagaba culture and traditional religion, and thus demonstrate the quality of his unpublished thesis work. When Archbishop Kpiebaya returned home in November 1974, the initial aim for which he furthered his studies to become rector of St. Victor's Major Seminary never materialized. He was appointed tutor and director of the Pastoral and Social Institute, WA, and shortly afterwards got the pleasant shock of his life. On 18th November, he was elected the second Bishop of Wa by Pope Paul VI and was consecrated on 15th March 1975 by Archbishop Peter Porikudere, whom he succeeded. As Bishop of Wa, he placed his pastoral emphasis on building up diocesan structures, the adequate training and formation of the clergy, laity, and youth through catechesis, retreats, and leadership and liturgical formation. He also intensified evangelization through inculturation, basic Christian communities, family and school apostolate, self-reliance, interreligious dialogue, care of the sick and the vulnerable, and the creation of environmental consciousness in the society. After almost 20 years of Episcopal ministry in Wa, Bishop Kpiebaya was appointed the Metropolitan Archbishop of Tamale on 26 March 1994 and was installed on 6 November 1994 at Tamale, succeeding his mentor, Cardinal Terry the second time. Archbishop Kpiebaya worked tirelessly together with his clergy and laity to build up and consolidate the Archdiocese in all areas of its evangelization. Among others, he revamped the pastoral structures to boost the proclamation of the good news and human promotion, intensified religious dialogue between Christians and Muslims, and made great strides in the promotion of peace and reconciliation in Dagbang and in the northern region as a whole. As Bishop and Archbishop, Archbishop Kpiebaya discharged his duties with courage, unwavering faith, indefatigable zeal, and dedication. Besides his episcopal work and diocesan administration, he served in various capacities in the Universal Church. He was a member of the Pontifical Council for Interreligious Dialogue from 1985 to 1990 and the Pontifical Council for the Family from 1990 to 2013. In the Ghana Catholic Bishops' Conference, he served as Episcopal Chairman of the Ghana National Liturgical Commission from 1976 to 2000 and was a member of other boards and departments. On 12 February 2009, Archbishop Kpiebaya's canonical resignation from the pastoral responsibility of the Tamale Archdiocese was accepted by Pope Benedict XVI, and he officially handed over the pastoral care and administration of the Archdiocese to his successor, Most Reverend Philip Name, then Bishop of Damangu, on 25 February 2009. In his retirement years, Archbishop Kpiebaya continued to do pastoral ministry when and wherever his services were needed. His time of retirement gave him the opportunity to continue some of his pastoral interests and hobbies, such as translations, writings, and publishing of books. The earthly life of Archbishop Emeritus Gregory Kpiebaya came to an end in the early hours of 31st May 2022 when he breathed his last at the Tamale Teaching Hospital and returned to his Maker.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Let me tell you the truth. My birthday was not recorded. So nobody knows my birthday. And well, I used to write, I know the year, but I don't know the date. So I used to write in my documents 1933 birth. Then one year as a bishop, I went to Canada. And I asked a friend to make a booking with a doctor so that I could have a thorough medical checkup. He did. And the day came, I went to the hospital, and I went to the doctor's office, and his secretary was there. So he asked me, he said she was taking my particulars. She said, "When were you born? What is your birthday?" I said, "I don't know my birthday." She said, "What? You don't know your birthday? Somebody who doesn't know his birthday, so that means you have never celebrated a birthday." I said, "No. That means you have never eaten a birthday cake." I said, "I don't even eat cakes." So the woman was so surprised that somebody had no birthday. So she refused to make the appointment for me. She didn't. And so I didn't see the doctor because of the lack of birthday. So when I left the office, and I was thinking, I said, if this thing is so important, I must have a birthday. And then I started to look at my life. I said, which are the most important events of my life besides my birth? Then I came to my baptism. I was baptized on the 25th of March, 1942. And I said March is a very hot month. I can't take this as a birthday, the date of my baptism. So I came to my ordination day, which was today, the 8th of September. And I said, this is my second day of importance, my ordination day as a priest in the Catholic Church. So I took that day, and I said also, the day is my mother's birthday, Mary's birthday. So it just fits in very well. So I took the 8th of September as my birthday. And it is now in the Vatican records as my birthday. But then my passport expired. And I gave it to one passport officer to renew it. They also asked him, what is the birthday of this bishop? He said, I don't know. So they said, you have to give him a birthday. So he took the middle of the year, that is June, and the middle of June, and he said, this is my birthday. So 15th of June is also my birthday. So 15th of June is my official birthday in my passport and in other civil documents. But in the Vatican, it is 8th. Then the health insurance came. Well, you have to give a date, your birthday. I don't know who gave them that date, so they also gave me a different birthday. So I now have 3 birthdays. And I always wanted to tell one of my priests, Father Boniface. He says he has many birthdays. Every feast is a birthday for him. So, but I never told him. I said, I have more birthdays than you have. So that is my story. So I want to thank all of you who are here to celebrate the two birthdays and to pray for us. That is what we need. God bless you.